Hi guys, welcome back to the course. Today we're going to be talking through how to do some keyword research using Google Ads keyword tool. So if you'd like to navigate back to ads.google.com to the account you'd like to work on. Today I'm going to be working on my Learn a Freelance to Success.co.uk account, where I'm looking to expand out and reach people who want to learn about PPC training. So in order to carry out some keyword research, we're first going to navigate to the Tools and Settings section and to Google's Planning Keyword Planner section. Now once this loads, what we're going to do is, we can skip past this, discover new keywords. So we're going to type in some keywords that we want to target, and then Google will come up with some additional keywords that it believes are relevant to our business, and this is the start of keyword research. So for me, I'm going to type in PPC training, Google Ads training, learn PPC, PPC teacher. So these are just some ideas around business keywords that I think would attract the right audience for me. So if you go ahead and type in the keywords that are most relevant and closely related to your business to start with. So you can do up to about 10 in here, so pop in as many as you can think of. I'm going to go ahead with these 4. You can also actually use your URL as well. So if you have your website URL, you can pop that into the enter domain to use as a filter. Or you can alternatively start with a website URL. So if you click this section here, you can pop in a URL, and basically Google will try to read the website and use the keywords on that page to get the results. But for now, we're going to start with the keywords that I'm added in. So if you click on this Get Results button, you'll see some updated information. So firstly, what you need to know is at the top is your filtering. So for me personally, I'm targeting the United Kingdom, so that's correct for me. But if, for example, I only wanted to target, let's say, Leeds, I could adjust this and add that in and remove the UK. And that will update the data that's within the dashboard behind here. So if I save this, these figures will now update. But I'm going to edit it back to the whole of the UK because that is relevant for my business personally. So you can go ahead and update your location if necessary. Your language, again, mine's going to be English, and I'm looking to target the search network Google. And the data that I want to display is going to be the last 12 months. But again, you can play around with these if you want to refine your data in any way. Now in the dashboard below, you'll have the keywords that you provided initially. So we've got the first 4 here. So it says keywords provided, and it will give an overview of the average monthly searches that these keywords receive, the estimated competition, so how competitive they are in the search space, and then some kind of estimated bids. So what you'd need to be popping in is your maximum CPC in order for your keyword to be eligible to show. Then underneath is Google's keyword ideas. So it's got a list of different ideas that it deems relevant to what I've entered. So in order to review these thoroughly, I'm going to click on the download keyword ideas, and this will download into a CSV in Excel for me. So we can open this up, and basically the way you're going to do keyword research is you are just going to work your way through Google's suggested keywords and identify whether or not these are relevant to your business. So the first 4 I know that I want, so I'm going to highlight those in green. And then I'm literally just going to work my way through this sheet and highlight yes or no as I go. So, yep. Then, when you find something that is irrelevant, so for this DV360 training, I don't want to appear in this, so I'm going to mark this as red. So when you're doing your keyword research, it's important to understand that it is the goal to expand your keyword reach and adding keywords to the account, but keyword research is also a crucial part of helping you identify negative keywords that you don't want to appear for. So things that people will type into Google search engine that might be slightly related to business, but not necessarily a service or product that you sell. So we'll add these as a negative. So I'm just going to go through and highlight a few more for the example. Anything with dates in, you can either add in, or you can remove the date, or you can update it to the current year. I'm going to just ignore this one. As well, you don't always have to have a yes or no answer. It might be that you're unsure about a specific keyword right now, so you just don't want to add it or exclude it at the moment. So I'm just going to skip past that one. Okay, so I'm not going to go through the whole list on this demonstration because we'll be here quite a while, but if you continue to go through these keywords that you've downloaded and highlight everything yes or no. I'm just going to try and pick out a few more negatives just to give you an example. Okay, so once we've got everything sorted, we can filter our data. I'm going to sort it by colour. Okay, and then the red ones, like I mentioned, are going to be my negatives. So I'm going to move this onto a different tab altogether. I'll just copy those and pop them over here. So I've got keyword. And you don't actually need any of the other data that came with that, so you can just get rid of it. And then we'll come back to the original sheet. So for now, I'm just going to delete out everything that I haven't highlighted as green because I don't need it at the moment. But hopefully on your list, you'll just have a full sheet of red and green that you can tidy up. Okay, so I'm left with the keywords that I want for the business. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into a format ready for upload into the Google Ads account. So firstly, we can get rid of this information here. However, I would just take into consideration the top of page rate for your low range and the top of page bid rate for your high range. Normally I just have a highlight of the both columns and check out what the average is. So it's saying 740 is the average across all these keywords. So I'm going to pop my bid in at 740 for all keywords to try and make sure that my keywords are going to be eligible to show. If you don't want to pay as high a bid, you are free to put in lower bids with what's in line with your target in your business. So I'm just going to get rid of everything at the minute, except for my keyword column. Take my filter off, and I'm going to build the columns that we need for upload. So once we build this, I'm going to show you how to upload it using Google Ads Editor. And it's really straightforward and really quick to do, so it's a good feature to be able to have. So first up, you've got your keyword column, and then in order for your keywords to run, they need to sit within an ad group, and your ad group sits within a campaign. Now your keyword also needs some additional attributes such as the max CPC bid, which we just talked about. I'm just going to pop mine in at 7, and then we also want the match type, which is the match that we're going to have for our keyword. So there's 4 match types available in Google Ads. You've got exact, phrase, broad, and broad match modifier. In this case, we're going to be building an exact match keyword campaign. So I'm going to pop that in as exact. So these 2 columns can just be dragged down. Yeah, just be mindful in Excel that sometimes if it's a number, it'll increase it one by one. Okay, and then I'm going to start building out my campaign and ad groups. So at the moment, within Google Ads, I have 1 campaign running. So we'll just have a look at that. So we've got this PPC training exact campaign. Now the research that I've done has been for that, so it can still fall into the same campaign. So I'm going to call this PPC training exact. So all this means is I'm not creating a new campaign. It's going to go into an existing campaign, but I am going to create new ad groups in line with the keywords. So the best way to create your ad groups is to basically name them in a way that is relevant to all the keywords that it will house. Ideally, if you can, you'll have as little number of keywords in the same ad group as possible. A lot of PPC managers fight for SKAGs, which is called single keyword ad group, so you'll have 1 keyword per ad group. But if there is something that's tightly related, you can include multiple keywords within the ad group. So I'm just going to go ahead and start naming my ad groups. So for me personally, I know that AdWords is the same as Google Ads, so I'm just going to call this first one Google Ads course. And then course and fundamentals, I think, is a key difference in terms of the keywords, so I'm going to name it differently and make sure that them 2 are segmented out. Best Google Ads course, obviously it's kind of subjective, so the word best I do want to appear for a keyword, but I probably won't include it as an ad headline. So I'll just pop this into Google Ads course. Same with the one underneath. And just work your way through until you've completed all of this. So another key thing to think about when creating your ad groups is your ad group will direct your headlines for your ads. So if somebody was searching for the word Google Ads training, I want my ad group to be Google Ads training, and I want my headline one to say Google Ads training. So the first thing that somebody sees about my business in the ad is the thing that they've searched for. So remember, when you're grouping your keywords into ad groups, you need to keep them tightly themed so that they're always relevant to the ad when somebody searches. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this off. Okay, so we'll skip past the individual, kind of the rest of them for now. If you go ahead and complete everything until you are finished, and you'll have a full list ready to upload. Until then, we're going to move on to the negative section. So this is the thing that we popped in earlier. So sheet 1, we'll just rename that now to negatives. And here, this is where you're going to highlight the areas that you don't want your business to appear for. So again, for this section, for the upload, you'll need a keyword column, but the only other column that you'll need is a match type. And you can have your broad, phrase, or exact match keywords for negative. So in order to upload your negative keywords, the match type is really crucial here because it determines what you don't appear for. So if I was to apply this as an exact, this means that I just wouldn't appear if someone was to type in this exact keyword, DV360 training. However, I know that I don't want to appear for anything that includes the word DV360. So I'm actually just going to drop the training section and change this to a phrase. And what that means is any sentence that includes this word will not be eligible to show. And that's relevant again for the word Amazon and the word 360, Search Ads 360. So I'm just going to pop all these in as phrase for my option. Okay, so next up we need to do an upload into Google Ads Editor. So if you want to join us back on the next